Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a special edition of Bottom Card Booking. Uh, call this Wrestle Talk because, hey, look, there's just things we bring up and want to talk about. What a shocking 2 days it's been in the wrestling world. Um, geez. First, we had Terry Funk, him passing yesterday, and today, the shocking news of Bray Wyatt at 36 years old. Good Lord. That's tough. That's you expected it more with Terry Funk because we knew Terry was older, and sure that makes sense. But man, the Bray Wyatt one is shocking, just shocking. And man, I don't know. It's crazy. It is. What do you say with that? Of course, there are all the initial reports that come out, and no one knows, and then somebody finally put out an official statement. And I don't know how true this is. Again, you hear all kinds of stuff once these sort of things come out the first time. So I'm not really sure what's the truth here and what's not. But what we heard earlier is that, with his bout of COVID earlier in the year, kind of exacerbated his heart issues. Still trying to get back and get ring ready. And then today he had a sudden heart attack, massive, and passed away. Again, 36 years old, you don't expect that. You just don't. And that's a hell of a pill to swallow right there when you consider, like, older guys like me. You consider a lot of guys, and not just older guys. You look at him, 36 years old, you're in the prime of life. The absolute prime of life. And had a conversation with a person this morning about this very thing, because the statement was made, God's ready to call you home. No matter what you do, you're getting called home. I'm like, I don't think it really works that way. And I don't. I think a lot of it's how we live our lives and the things that just happen to us in the course of this life. So I don't believe in the whole thing. God just picks you out when He's ready to pick you out. I think when it happens to you, it just happens to you. And usually it's because of a variable of things, and we see it, and it's tragic. Especially when you're young, it's tragic. The Terry Funk one, you look at Terry, and you think of his life, you think of his career, and everything that he put into his life and his career, and all the great memories he gave us. And it's not a tragic life, and it's not a tragic story, right? It's not. It's a life to be celebrated. And you see his life, you're going, no, I understand. I can watch that. You hate to see him finally go, and you live long enough that death just comes for you all, no matter how old you live. But the older you are, it seems like, okay, well, it took this long, it finally got me, and here we are. But for, like, Bray Wyatt, who was just getting started in life, really, 36 is just way too young. And his family was affected by it. You can see that just the outpouring on social media from family, from friends, and fans everywhere. But that pain is nothing compared. You think how hard hit a lot of people are about this, and it's just amplified and magnified 10 times easily when it comes to his family. And like I said, you hate to hear it, and it's tragic. And you always have to ask, what if? And that's what his life will be like now. His legacy in the wrestling business will be what if. We felt like we were robbed of some great years of him anyway, right? Especially these past 3 years with all the stuff that's been going on, and him trying to get back, and the things that happened there. And we almost saw him back, and then he was out again, and then this happens, and it's terrible. It's terrible. Of course, WWE puts out their statement. Triple H did. And then the rest of WWE did. And you've seen some people comment on his passing. And again, it's just one of those things that just makes you think about life and all the things that are important and all the things that you've done and you haven't done and all the things that there are to do. It makes you very aware that you can't keep putting life off. You can't just keep making excuses why you're just not out there pursuing life as much as you can. And I think that's one of the positive takeaways you can get from the Bray Wyatt situation. I mean, dude lived his life. I mean, he did. Pursued his goals. No, he had a massive heart attack, George. Again, they're saying, from the report I saw a little bit ago, they are saying, and take this with a grain of salt, but they are saying that it was a heart issue he had due to COVID that exacerbated a heart issue that he had. Let's get that right. The last bout of COVID he had exacerbated a heart issue he had. But still, he's getting ring ready, getting all that stuff. And today, a massive heart attack just got him. And that's the sad part. Hey, Christy, how are you doing? So again, you try to take care of yourself. You try to do all the things necessary, but what do you do? It's just sad. It's just sad. You just hate it. I mean, I was thinking last night because I was thinking about Terry Funk, right? The Funker. Hey, Corey, what's up, buddy? I was thinking about Terry Funk and his career and all the cool things he did, and I remember seeing him for the first time. Hey, Angel, how are you doing? And he was, Terry Funk was great. Same age as me, I can't imagine. That's right, Corey. I mean, it's just too young. Man, it's just way too young, dude. But I've seen Terry Funk do some crazy stuff, right? So excited stuff. Always entertained when Terry Funk came to the ring. Terry Funk always had a presence about him. Always. Right? And that's the difference, right? It's one of those things where Terry is, he had that presence every time he came out, walked out there, just had that presence about him. And so no matter what he did, when I saw him in Roadhouse, I thought that was the coolest thing, right? And then he started doing all the really hardcore stuff and some of his death matches with Mick Foley and some of the crazy things and the innovative things that became ECW for that matter. I mean, those guys were trendsetters. Just the stuff that he did and the life that he lived and the admiration he had of his fellow wrestlers, right? His fellow professionals, his brothers in this business. And which is great to see. And again, you celebrate that. You celebrate his life and you get to recall all those great memories. And like I said, with Bray Wyatt, I think the consensus is, and I can't speak for everybody, but I feel like we've been robbed of what could have been some really incredible things. Because the Wyatt family was such a good deal. It was such a good deal until a lot of it got screwed up. And you can, hey, HRK, how you doing? Yeah, I love Terry and Dory too. Christy, 2 more weeks I can bend my legs, and 4 more weeks I can walk. We're praying for you. Stay in there, hang in there. You get it. But you see that and you wonder what happened. Why did this push? Why did the Wyatt family take a nosedive? I mean, it's crazy when you got some of these gimmicks that are so over. The report I read about 30 minutes ago said massive heart attack. So that's what I heard earlier. So hey, Steven, how's it going, man? So yeah, that was the news that came out. You try to dig around and find it wherever you can find it at, and the problem with some of this news is when they post it, you're like, okay, what's the truth here and what's not the truth here, right? What part of this is accurate and not accurate? Because again, the family's going through enough heartache and stuff. You don't want lies and you don't want false information getting out there, because that's just hurtful. But I can only report to you what I've heard. And that was the last news that we got on that. So, you know, what are y'all's memories? What do y'all got in them? I mean, because it's dude, there's a lot. I mean, I love the Fiend gimmick too, though. I'm not gonna lie, I love the Fiend gimmick. I thought that was cool because you could have done so much with that. Hey, I did HRK. I said hello to you. Hello, Storm. This is unreal. It is, Billy. It really is. It's crazy. And how did Bray Wyatt die? How did he die? HRK. So I was just saying, I mean, massive heart attack is what they're saying as of right now. That's one of the things I just heard. Massive heart attack. So that's what they're saying. But yeah, it is unreal. It's surreal, really, when you're you expect, and I'll say this because I've been in this business 27 years. You expect guys my age, this wouldn't be surprising. You know, not to be gruesome, but it wouldn't be surprising, right? Taking a lot of bumps, been around, done a lot of things. So it's not surprising. It is surprising when a guy as young as Bray Wyatt passes away like that. Yeah, he was fit, actually. I mean, but look, you can be fit. I think this is a misconception sometimes too, right? You can be fit physically where your muscles, you're thick, you know, you're strong, you got all of that going for you. But that doesn't mean what's going on inside. All the internal stuff, you don't know what's happening in there. Which is why you should get checked out, and why you need to go get checked out, and why you need to have that stuff looked at, because you never know. And they knew he had heart issues. But again, a friend of mine's daughter passed away at 30 years old from a heart issue. She had just a little regular heartbeat that they were treating. Weren't really worried about it. They were not really worried about it, right? They gave her a little pill to take and stuff, but no one was really worried about it. They'd seen the stuff. And you got to remember, these doctors have been doing this a long time, so no one's really worried about it. And all of a sudden, one morning, as she was waking up, she had a massive heart attack and died. 30 years old. 30 years old. So you never know. I mean, Chance says Bray Wyatt was 2 years younger than me. Yeah. Is it possible to die of someone that's fit but not eating good food? And that's, yeah, oh yeah. Well, that's the key. Again, if you're not eating good food, you're really not fit. You can look fit on the outside. You can be big and strong, but that does not mean your insides, where it counts, are healthy. Doesn't mean your blood flow's good. It doesn't mean any of that. But so, I mean, just necessarily looking fit does not mean that you are fit, right? As someone who personal trains people, I can just tell you that's a fact. It doesn't mean any of that, dude. It's such a different thing, and I hate it, and it's an awful thing, because you feel like it's because it makes you question everything, right? When you're going through this stuff, it makes you question everything. Like, what am I doing that's right or not right or wrong, or am I taking good enough care of myself? And there's always those questions. I mean, it'll freak you out. You can get to you doing that. The Wyatt family was an incredible delve into dark psychology. Would have really went over the territory days. Yeah, I think it's over now. I just don't think. I think Vince, because that was really Vince having a lot to do with a lot of the stuff back then, just didn't get it. Right? He didn't really understand it. He didn't have to understand the Undertaker. He just knew that the Undertaker was so over, and he trusted it back then that he never had to worry about understanding the Undertaker. He let Calloway do whatever he wanted to do. If we are eating junk food, oily food, or fast food, we are not healthy, even if we are fit. And that's just a true statement. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, if you're putting that stuff into your body, you're not fit. You're just clogging up stuff, waiting on bad things to happen, and that's what it'll do. Hey Khalil, how are you doing? Um, and it's I got a guest waiting to come on here. We're gonna try to get him on here in just a second. Um, see if we can do this. But it's awful, and I hate it. I hate that it happened, and I know everybody does. I don't know. I mean, there may be some douchebags out there. They're like, psh, but I'm gonna tell you right now, it's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing. I'm from the Memphis area. Is where I'm from. The Wyatts and the Moondogs would have been epic back in the day. Yeah, if you could have had both those teams in their prime, it's cool. I just don't think the Wyatt family gimmick didn't get it. To me, it didn't get the push that it needed and the push that it should have gotten. They should have been the dominant faction in the WWE. I mean, that's just how it is. Can I speak slowly? Dude, this is just how I talk. If I speak any slower, I'll start speaking backwards. So can't speak completely slow. Yeah. So it's, again, terrible thing. It is a terrible thing. It's a terrible tragedy that happened. And, dude, it's just, it's hard to wrap your mind around. It really is. Really is difficult to wrap your mind around that this could happen. And, but it does. And then how do you move forward from there? Are you from America? Dude. Obviously. Come on. Come on. So, yeah, it's we got a guest on here. Hopefully we can get him on here. If we can. We'll try to. We'll try to get him in here. See what he has to say. We'll see what he has to say. But yeah, again, horrible things. No, you didn't get me angry. Dude, it takes a lot to get me angry. You didn't get me angry. Promise you. I met Terry Funk at a house show at the Coliseum in 2004. Super cool guy. Yeah. That's what everybody says about Terry Funk, right? That he was a really cool human being. I think that's awesome. I actually never got to meet Terry Funk. That's one of the big regrets I have. Had an opportunity a couple times and never got to do it. And that sucks. That does suck. Because, man, there's some memories you wish that you could have and you never get because they passed you by for one reason or the other. And that's one of them. I think here we go. What's up, buddy?
Can you hear me?
Tell us we're not about to have difficulties with you.
No, already?
Can't hear you. No voice OO. Come on, 2 count.
I'm working on it.
Make your voice work.
I'm trying.
Make your voice work, buddy.
Audio. Microphone's all the way up.
Words. Because I know everything else works on here. Tell you what. Let me be sure. I've got this dude doing things.
It's supposed to be working on this side.
We'll see if we can get you put out the right way. How about that?
All right.
Hold on a second. So everybody else can hear you. Big Daddy can't hear you. That's not good.
That's fine.
That's not good.
That's fine. Just read lips.
How about now?
Can you hear me now?
Say something, 2 Count.
Can you hear me now? Big Pawpaw Storm.
You know what it's going to do, though? It's going to piss me off.
And
That's
2
not
count
good.
again.
I don't like getting pissed off. All right, here we go. Better? Better.
Is it better?
Now I can hear you. Jeez, man.
Oh, okay.
57 clicks later, and I can hear
you. You just got to click the right mouse button.
Dude, I got 27 mice buttons. Is it mice buttons or mouse buttons?
I think it would still be mouse, right?
I guess
Would that be
so.
right? Yeah,
Might be. It might be. I don't know, dude. But there we go. I remember him chasing Jim Cornette to the concession stand when Jim was just a photographer for Jarrett. Oh, yeah. True enough.
Must be the funker.
True enough. The funker.
Yep. Man, it has been a freaking whirlwind the past 24 hours in the wrestling business.
It's been awful, man.
Man.
You know, and I said it earlier, you kind of expect it from a guy like Terry Funk because he's older and we knew his health wasn't the best.
Yeah.
He just celebrated, his 79th birthday not long ago.
Because he had been sick for a while, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I mean,
absolutely. And had lost a lot of weight. So I wasn't surprised about Funk. I mean, it's just one of those things that's sad because it's Terry Funk.
right. Like
right?
he's a legend. Like that name's
So-
synonymous, just not just in the wrestling business, but like, I mean, worldwide. You know.
Exactly. So you're sad about that part of it, but I tell you, the Bray Wyatt news is the shocking.
Man,
That's the shocking one.
I saw that. So I was on the way. I was on the way here this afternoon from work, and somebody had put in one of the group messages. They were like, "R.I.P. Bray Wyatt," and I was like, "What?
Yep.
Like, no way!" And so I got on Twitter and started scrolling because that's what all the kids do these days. And
It's called X now, not Twitter.
oh yeah, I forgot X.
You gotta get that right.
Degeneration.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it is.
so I started scrolling, and I like the first thing that popped up was Ricky Morton had tweeted, posted, X'd, I don't know. But he was like, "Tell me this isn't real," and it had a picture of Bray Wyatt on it, and so I kept scrolling, and eventually got to Triple H's post, and I read it, and I was like, "Dude, if Triple H is, putting this out there." Saying that RIS had reached out to them and told them that he had passed away. I was like, well, then it's,
true.
It's true.
Yeah, I saw it. Once I saw his post, just like, all right, this is a real thing. And then, of course, that's all I saw on my timeline at that point. Was like, good Lord, it's all these posts. But
it's flooded. It's so like me and Too Good. We had rode up to get supper tonight and to town, and we were talking about it, and we were like, man, so now Brody Lee's gone, and now Bray Wyatt's gone. Like, somebody better grab hold of Braun Strowman and old Redbeard.
I tell you,
and like keep them close.
Well, it's so weird too. Is he your son? No, 2 Count is not my son.
What?
So sometimes you want to whoop his ass like he's your son because he's hard-headed.
Storm's son doesn't
He's
have
definitely young enough to be my son for sure.
I'm younger than your son.
You are actually younger than my son
by a couple years. You're old, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Older.
You're
Pawpaw.
I am Pawpaw. Can't wait to go see my grandbaby actually. So, but yeah, man, it's just I don't know. I thought it was bad. It was just a horrible thing, and then. Yeah, when I saw it earlier, I was like, man, I know we're going to have to talk about this, and wanted to talk about it. It's like, I want to wait until I actually got some real news about it and not speculation, because that's the first thing you see.
Right.
No, 2 County is not my grandson, Dirty. You know better. Stop it. Stop it.
He's
He's calling for an ass whooping.
He is. He is. Wait till I
Like
see
this
him
dude's
Saturday
acting like
night.
we ain't got to see him in a day and a half. Like, what's wrong with him?
Dude, stop it.
After the crap you pulled last, when was it? A couple weeks ago, and where were we at, man?
Yeah, Dirty, after the crap you pulled 2 weeks ago, not me.
No, I was talking about you,
No, you
pal.
wasn't.
I
I
was.
didn't do anything bad.
My face still hurts. It's even flatter, thanks to you.
How many kids do I have? I got 3.
All of them.
2 girls and a boy.
He
Love
got
my
all the kids. Don't forget about Sammy and Smalls.
All right, those dogs. The shame is when they don't tell you how you automatically think of suicide or overdose. I know, and that was the thing, right?
Yeah.
That's where my mind went automatically. I was like, you know what? Let's wait, not even try to make any thoughts on what this is. Let's wait till the stuff came out.
Yeah.
I can't help me that you're old. I am not old. I am pleasingly aged. I am not
like
old.
cheese.
And I still kick that butt.
You're like some aged blue cheese.
Give me some wine. I still can't believe about Bray Wyatt. He will be missed, and Terry Funk, he was a legend. They will be missed. Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's a big granddaddy storm. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, I love that name, and I wear it with honor. That is not an insult.
Who said
Dirty?
that? Well, Dirty needs to get it right. It's Big Pawpaw Storm. Not Big Grandpa Storm. It's Big Pawpaw.
I'll take any of it. I don't care. I love my granddaughter. She is just a little sweetheart. She's so cute. So cute. She's great. Dirty, I am old. BDS is still in his prime. I sure am. Still whooping that ass, baby.
He primed up all right.
Still whooping it. But yeah, I mean, and don't tell me, like, when you first heard the news, where'd your mind go?
Mine? Immediately I thought about the mental issues,
Mm-hmm.
that's been reported that he's had for so long. And like, I didn't want it to go there, but that's where it went, because we knew that Bray was young. I didn't know he was 36. Like, I thought he might have been a little older.
Yeah.
But 36, man, like, I'll be 30 in November. Like, it's crazy, man.
It's wild. 'Cause that's young. It's just so young.
Yeah. And then he's
Dirty.
got, he's got the 2 young kids.
Yep.
Like,
I know, it's awful. It's just an awful thing. And that's one of the reasons I didn't want to sit there and speculate on anything, because you don't want words to get out there to a family member. All these words are being said that aren't true. So you try to wait for the facts to show up before you start talking out of your butt.
Yeah.
And it's like Dirty is talking about you being my grandson. No, he's my yard gnome. Dirty. He's my yard gnome. See? Look. There's 2 count right there. Look how that is.
Why did I come back for this?
Huh? Why? Because you love it.
Oh my
Because
God.
you love it. That's why.
Making an appearance at Hadley's Bar and Grill.
That's right. The gnome count.
Hey, look, I will dress up like a gnome. There's a better chance of me dressing up like a gnome than there is freaking Baby New Year. So
you should dress up as a gnome. I think that'd be cool. I mean, I just created your whole new gimmick for you right there.
You did. Where's the merch?
Dude, you gotta get it.
Dude,
Chance said my sister passed at 36, and I know what Bo Dallas is going through. It's hard losing a sibling, and there you go.
Well, you see, I was listening to you earlier, and I'd heard you talk about he was trying to get back in ring shape, to make the comeback or whatever. Because when he came back initially with the whole Fiend gimmick, it was just weird, like so much weird stuff, like
not like it was before.
Not like it was before, like so much more out there than the Fiend was to begin with.
I love the original version of the Fiend.
Yeah, I mean, some of that creative stuff was still kind of wonky, but it was so far out with this latest version of the Fiend.
Yeah, this latest stuff was weird,
man. Like that.
But he had COVID earlier in the year.
Yeah,
and they said it exacerbated an already existing heart issue. But that everything was progressing nicely though.
Aside
that
from that,
he just had a heart attack, just had a massive heart attack today. But that's what I'm kind of saying is that, we had I had a friend of mine's daughter died when she was 30.
Yeah.
Young mother, right? She had she passed away. She had a little heart palpitation they knew about. So she was taking meds for it. They weren't concerned about it. Like, a lot of people have this, not a big deal. You take this, you should be fine. You always keep an eye on it. Dude, she woke up one morning, had a massive heart attack and died. Her husband by her side. Woke up and just found her, and that was it. 30 years old. So it's that stuff happens.
Yeah.
And it's why that when I see people out there, they don't take their health seriously, or like this other guy was talking about earlier about being fit and was he fit? I mean, you can look fit on the outside, but be totally messed up on the inside.
Right.
Right. Just because you look like you're in shape and you're jacked or whatever, doesn't mean you know what's going on all in here if you're not keeping track of that.
Just because you're fit doesn't mean you're healthy.
It doesn't. And then tragic and striking anyway. We had a local wrestler, Nick Grimes, passed away a couple nights ago.
Yeah.
In a car wreck. From what I heard, his truck lost a tire and it sent him off an embankment. And he was what, 36, 38 years old? Young?
Yeah, something like that. I think.
He was young. So,
I mean, it just goes to show, man, like, once again, it's so unfortunate because it seems like this happens more often, or like on a more regular basis than it used to. Not even in the wrestling business, but just in like in general, like just life in general outside of wrestling. Like it's just it's sad.
But that's why I tell people you got to take life seriously and you got to enjoy it and you got to live it.
Yeah,
you can't be afraid of it because you don't know how short it's going to be. It's already short enough.
Right.
You figure 120 years ago, people lived to the ripe old age of 40, 50, right? All right, like old age. You look at people who were turning 40 years old 100 years ago. They look like they were 60.
Yeah.
Right? People who are 40 now look like they're in the 30s still.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It just, you don't even think about it. It's just how age, how we evolve as a species. But, and the thing is that, and it's just right here what Jeff is saying, it's not that it happens more often. We're just way more connected than we used to be. And I agree. I mean, you're so much more privy to information now and all these deaths that people just post because for some reason, tragedy is one thing everybody loves to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we don't often get on here and talk about the good stuff.
Right.
We sure enough talk about the bad stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
But I also think as a collective, the reason we do that is because it's easier to go through that grieving process when you're talking about it.
Yeah.
When you're happy, you don't even worry about it. But when the bad things happen, it's like, oh, man, what's going on here? We need to talk about it. We need to try to, how do we work this out? What are we doing? So, it's rough.
Man, it's still crazy. He hadn't been on TV in a while, Bray, but it's just like it was with Brody Lee.
Yeah.
When he died, suddenly like the people closest to him knew what was going on, but they didn't let the news get out.
His was a pretty quick decline too.
But yeah, like super quick. But and like we said, he was working on a return. And you just hate it because Bray had a lot of potential, and we saw it over the years of just like how creative his mind was, even though it may not have made sense to a lot of people. But he still had an idea. Like he was still creative. Like he still had a mind for the business.
Well, the good thing about Wyndham was the fact that he didn't want to just be another wrestler like everybody else, right?
Yeah.
Like the good ones do and the great ones do. He put time and effort into his character. and who he should be. He just didn't throw on tights and give himself a name and go, "This is who I am."
Yeah.
Which I think that's what the great ones do. They think about everything that they are and how they present themselves. Right? I mean, it's at some point we become, I think, our gimmicks to an extent.
Yeah.
For the most part. Some semblance of them, even the wild ones. We still have a part of that as a part of who we are, right?
Right.
So it's, I don't know, dude. It's tough. We were talking. They signed me up in the match for Friday night with Midnight Rider coming up.
I saw that.
In my
Good
W,
luck,
right?
dude.
Well, dude, 30 minutes after they announced the match, the dude was in the hospital.
What?
Got dizzy, all this other stuff. And I get it. I understand why.
Was he afraid?
Well, he should be.
You think that's what it was?
I don't know that's what
Did
it
he
was.
get nervous?
Probably.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got the nervous jitters?
Dude, I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying. You never know. But it's, and my first thought was probably shouldn't have let that information out there, buddy.
Because if there's one thing we know about old Big Daddy, he's going to capitalize if he knows about an injury or an issue.
And I'm certainly going to say something about it.
Yep.
People were acting all surprised, like, can you really say that? I'm like, well, yeah. Can you really say it?
Do they know you?
Like at all?
Have they seen any of your promos the past year and a half?
Dude, it's like, come on, people. You see me do this all the time.
Like, I mean, okay, so I know you, but sometimes even what you say surprises me, even though I know you. So,
well, sure.
But I can only imagine how these people that don't know you take it.
Oh, my Lord, I can only imagine. I bet they're like this. This right here. What is wrong with this dude? Nothing. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I just tell you the truth. People don't like it, dude. It's so funny. It is funny. It is funny. You know it's funny. That's why you laughing now.
That's why I'm laughing, because it's hilarious.
Yeah. It's like, jeez. I wish you could see
even though you're a scumbag, it's still funny.
Well, I wouldn't say scumbag.
Well, you've been a scumbag to me a few times.
That was earned. It's not scummy if you've earned it.
I don't think so.
Dude, my shoulder was up the other night. You know you was wrong for that. You're usually on top of your game.
Video proof, video evidence. So
I'll show you video evidence. That's easy. It's on my page. Just go take a look at the match. It's there.
Where's the clip?
It's on my page.
I haven't seen it.
It's because you haven't chose to look for it.
I've looked for it, pal.
No, you just want to see the part where I kicked you for messing up.
Well, normally I get tagged in those things and didn't get tagged in this one.
I'm just telling you. It's the whole thing.
Somebody slacked off. You or Jen or Meta.
For making a terrible count.
Off. No, all my counts are good, pal.
So I post all this stuff on my page and had a post get taken off the other night by Meta. Oh, sorry, bastards. And I was like, I thought it must have been the one that I did on Midnight Rider, right? I heard somebody spilling, somebody reported something. So I'm looking, I'm like, well, no, that one's still up. My rebuttal's still up. Well, these other things I've been saying are still up. You know what got banned from it? Monopoly Go.
Monopoly Go?
Yeah.
Was it because it was getting spammed or something?
I put on there which cards I needed still.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the one that got taken off. Yeah. I was like, really? All this stuff I say and do, and that's what y'all get me for? Monopoly Go? Somebody's priorities are not in the right order.
Is it still Zuckerberg? Is he still over it?
He's out there trying to learn how to fight. Because everybody wants to beat him up now.
Get ready for his fight with Elon Musk.
That's right. That's why you're the best wrestler on the planet. Like Nick Brown's the best referee. That's a stretch. That's a big stretch. Talking about the Nick Brown part.
Yeah, who said that crap?
Jeff.
He's this dude. Ugh.
What's up, Mark? How you doing, buddy? Goes to show you have to tell the people you love that you love them because you just never know it's true. Your gimmick is who you are with the volume turned up. And mine is a blast, buddy.
Yours is on like that level where the speakers are about to blow.
That's right. So I shot that promo on Ryder, right?
Yeah,
I did. I shot that promo on. He sends me a message. Why is everybody making fun of the way I talk, my accent? I'm like, dude, because you're backwoods. What do you mean, why? When you go out there talking like this, Storm, you just got to slip up one little bit. Just one little slip up. And I could win that title. No, you can't. Stop it. Stop it.
I am quite intrigued
About which part?
So is he going to be able to? Is that match still going to take place tomorrow night? Like, what was his deal with the hospital thing?
Yeah, because he made a promo after he got out of the hospital a day later, talking about that about you just one little slip up. I've done seen some of the mistakes you made because I've been around the business. Oh, dude, I don't make mistakes. You gotta learn that right now.
I'm super intrigued about how this is going to go tomorrow night.
I can tell you how it's gonna go.
It is tomorrow night. MIW.
It is tomorrow night. Yeah, it's tomorrow night. MIW.
Okay.
For me, it's gonna be great. For that dude, not so much. Not so much for him tomorrow night. That's what's gonna be awesome about it.
What are they? What's the deal they do? They do the thing with the cross.
The Macarena?
Is that right?
What? What, the Macarena?
The cross
what are you
deal.
doing?
No, the cross deal, man.
What are you talking about? The cross deal? Like a Catholic?
Yeah.
Deal. What are you talking? You need to go to church. One of them. Find you one.
Like, good luck to Ryder tomorrow night.
Or goodbye. I mean, you can look at it a lot of different ways.
Either way.
You can look at it a lot of different ways.
So what's going to be your report Saturday in, where are we Saturday? Houston, Mississippi?
Oh, my God, dude.
Not freaking Houston, Texas?
No.
Houston. It'll probably feel like we're in Houston, Texas, but no, we're Houston,
Mississippi.
Ugh.
Ass end of the universe.
God. That's old Jay Griffin country, ain't it?
Dude, I swear. It's
Your buddy Jay Griffin.
Yeah, it's going to be bad, dude. It's going to be bad.
Tell him, when you talk to him, tell him alcohol is not allowed at this show.
All I know is I'm going to roll down to Houston Saturday night. And then after I get done beating everybody up Saturday night, it's party time. We're going to the Pale Horse Tattoo Shop. We're going to drink some margaritas. And we're going to party late into the evening. That's Saturday night's plans.
Big party Saturday night.
Yep. And it's going to be awesome.
May not be a victory celebration.
Brody is going for #1 contender for the Tri-State Championship. Big Daddy Storm just might take out what's left of Ryder's teeth tomorrow night. No After Dark. Oh, we'll have an After Dark. It'll be a special edition of After Dark Saturday night.
Those people don't learn, do they?
No,
After Dark's taking place anywhere, anytime on a Saturday
That's the power
night.
of having these telephones. Now, I don't know what the service is like and the reception is like down there in Houston.
Probably nothing.
Because Jay Griffin has to wear his diaper and wander out in the yard in circles until he finds a spot he can connect to talk to Dirty on those lives all the time. So, I don't know.
God.
I don't know.
That's not an image I needed in my head.
No, dude. Oh, my God. Speaking of.
Oh, no.
I've got to get Jay's present. I got to go do that tomorrow. Damn it.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Well,
you're welcome.
I got a special gift for him for Saturday night.
Oh.
Yeah. It's going to be awesome.
Want to give any insight? Like any clues?
Yes, it is merch related.
Oh, merch related.
That's all I can say. It is merch related.
Is it a trash bag with your logo on it?
Not a trash
Specifically
bag
for
big
him?
enough for Jacob.
Oh.
What's up,
See,
Randy?
I wasn't gonna say it.
What's going on, dude? Hey, of course, we've been talking about Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt, dude. I know Randy's got some Terry Funk stories. When is Two
Who's that,
Count
Randy Hills?
coming back to After Dark as soon as his girl leaves him? I didn't say that. She ain't leaving you. She loves you, Two Count.
I hope so.
And that's a beautiful thing.
I'm
happy for you. I'm happy you can give your hands a rest now. I'm happy for you. See, you miss me. I know you do.
Oh man, that last OWO show was enough of you.
I don't think so.
For a while.
You never get enough of me, dude. You never get enough of me. You need my kind of humor, the light that I bring into your life.
A dim light? What kind of light?
It's a bright burning light.
Is it? Oh, it burns.
Oh, it burns. Yeah, it burns. But you feel it. You know it's there. It does warm you.
That's one of them things you don't want to feel.
Oh, you want to feel it. Oh, yeah.
Not so much.
Oh, that's where Two Count came from. It all makes sense now. Just saying. Senior forearms getting a little smaller, Two Count.
Is it?
Let me see.
Hey.
No, they look big and hairy as usual.
Yeah, it's getting hairy.
Yeah, see that? I like how you made armbands out of them. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it looks pretty swell. There you go. There you go.
Yeah. So my question. Well, no, you already said what you're doing after the show Saturday night, so.
Yep.
So we're not going to have another escapade like we did coming back from Bantachi. Maybe escapade was not the right word to use.
Probably not. Probably not. Hell, I was trying to remember what happened on the way back from Bantachi, honestly.
Well, it was like 5 different places we tried to go and get food at.
Right.
Couldn't get food at none of them.
Couldn't get food nowhere.
All we could get food at was crumble cookies or insomnia.
That was it was insomnia, so that was pretty good. Tell them where Two Count come from. The name.
Who's wanting to know? That's
the one what gave it to you. The one what gave it to you wants to know.
Who? Randy Mayer?
Yep.
Well, he gave me that name. In Independence Fire Department in
that's right.
May or June of 2019.
And the reason you got that name is because you couldn't count to 3. You only kept counting to 2.
Yep.
That's where that came from, folks.
And it stuck.
El Randito did that.
I still can't count to 3.
I miss Randy. The show ain't the same, you know. I was sitting there thinking I hadn't had a Bomb Car booking show in a while. I'm like, this is stupid.
Alan.
We used to have a regular show every Monday night. This show's been running for a long time. And Alan gets a little nook and destroys the entire progress of this show.
Dude, service just ain't the same over here in Arkansas.
That's not the point. That's not the point.
It's the truth.
It seems just fine
it's
right now.
It's just sad is what it is. It's sad.
I looked around and found a spot.
Mike Davidson says 2 count. Woo!
I'm not Ric Flair.
Mike, don't encourage you. Don't encourage you.
It's too late in the evening to say woo.
In that house, because you get jumped on. Everybody's asleep.
Everybody's asleep, dude. I got to be quiet.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody's asleep in your house.
Too Good's going to wake up and kick my ass.
Well, all you got to do is hop on a little stepping stool and you'll be 2 foot taller than he is, so he couldn't reach you.
Hold on, wait. Wait 1 second.
See? You already know. You've already got it. In case of emergency, you hop on the stool. Right?
That's it.
Damn.
Case of emergency, hop on stool.
Damn.
I love the fact they'll have a stepping stool in there. That's sad.
I think it's for a baby. I'm not sure.
Yeah, go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it. You know
I think it's for a baby, man. God, dog, man.
Well, that's what you can get for Christmas. Those kiss boots, those moon boots.
Oh yeah. Like the 1-foot heels or whatever.
Yeah, that way you can look the rest of us in the
whatever.
eye. Be great.
Dude, it would be nice to be able to look people in the eye sometimes.
I wouldn't know, but yeah.
Well, yeah. You're used to looking down on everybody, but I think you've been doing that for a while anyway.
Well, I try not to look down at all. So sometimes when people talk to me, and then if we're sitting, we sit down. I finally sit across from somebody I've talked to, only standing up. I'm like, oh shit, okay, that's what you look like. Never noticed before.
I've never saw your face before.
Oh, wow. Please, let's stand back up again. I don't think I like the view.
I like you better when you're below me.
Yes, well.
I was trying to get a cheap pop from Jen.
I'm trying to behave. I saw that. You got that last night.
Oh, jeez.
So Chicken has to use a stepping stool and raise his legs to take the number 2. Actually,
that helps with the process.
It does.
It actually does.
Get a good squat.
Yeah.
Break the plane.
Whoever made that comment, that backfired on you, pal.
That stools were too good to reach the top shelves of the fridge. You got 2 of those stools. You can stack them. So you can reach the freezer.
No, dude, they got a mini fridge.
Makes sense. A lot of mini fridges all over the house.
Yeah.
That's a shoot, folks. That's a shoot.
That's ridiculous. That's what it is.
You better get kicked out of your own home.
Oh, man. See, this is why I can't join the show.
Just you get your ass in trouble. That's why.
Yeah.
You gotta stop.
God, man. I try to be good. Just not too good.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. You're already taller than he is. That's the one positive you got going on.
Shoot. It don't happen with many people.
Nope. That's sad.
It is. I didn't get good jeans.
Well, you can't buy them at Walmart.
Nope. Sure can't.
That's for sure.
What's that?
Good jeans.
Oh, no. You cannot.
The last 2 pair of jeans I bought from Walmart, I think I've only worn them once, maybe. Because they're crap. They don't fit right. And it really upsets me. I should have kept the receipt.
I realize I'm going to have to make less complicated jokes. Yep.
I was trying to be clean, man.
Jeez. Good Lord. This could have been special.
Could have been. Could have, would have, should have.
All right, dude. I'm about to get off. Here's bedtime. I just want to hop on here and talk about Terry Funk and Bray Wyatt and Lord, the tragedy of it all. But you know what? Just keep those family in your prayers, folks, because they're going to need it.
Right, for sure.
No doubt.
Yeah, I'm glad I could get on here with you and we could talk about it a little bit. And,
yeah, me too.
But
buddy.
also have some laughs and, you know.
I'm starting by the way, I will be on a new wrestling podcast. That is going to be awesome.
Big Daddy's podcast.
Huh?
Big Daddy's podcast.
No, I will be on. You know what In Off the Bench is, right?
Yeah.
So they've got a new wrestling segment that they're going to have. Once every, I think it might be once every 3 weeks, once every 2 weeks. Something like that. I'm going to be on that show, co-hosting it, and I'm kind of excited about it. It's going to be weird doing one from one that I haven't,
Produced.
produced myself.
Or created.
Well, and really that too, right? So it's going to be weird in that sense, but actually pretty cool because, again, along that lines, it's still something that I get to do and talking a whole new experience and, with somebody else who is a true fan. I think me and Reels were on that on and off the bench a couple of weeks ago with Jim Cross and Daniel, and had a great time talking about SummerSlam. We were talking about SummerSlam and running that whole show down and giving our thoughts on that. So, and I have no idea what the heck we're going to be talking about. I just know Daniel's a big wrestling fan. He lives in Florida.
Uh-oh.
So,
one of them Floridians.
Yep,
huh?
but I know we get to talk about it. So I know I'm happy about it. So I can't wait.
That'll be cool.
It should be fun.
Y'all have to check that out for sure.
Yeah, I mean it should be a blast. We I don't know. It's going to be a good time. And
when is that? You said in 2 weeks?
September 18th, actually.
Oh, okay.
Which I will be in. It's on a Monday night. I will be in Florida myself.
On our way back.
Oh shoot!
And actually on my way home.
Oh, that's the big date.
Yes.
Or the big weekend.
Yes.
Or whatever.
The wedding weekends.
Yeah.
Or as I like to
wedding.
call it, mini vacation for me. Lots of stress for Jen. And I'm just going to chill out.
Well, at least you won't have to worry that weekend about defending the MIW heavyweight title since, Midnight Rider is going to beat you tomorrow night. So
I sure hate
for the
that.
belt.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. That dude beating me. That's a joke. That's a joke.
God, I can just see the just how furious you would be if something were to happen.
What if he
were to beat you?
First
if he
of
were
all,
to beat you,
we don't put that kind of negativity out in the universe, Alan.
I'm just saying. Anything could happen.
I'm just saying we don't put that negativity out in the universe.
What if old referee Nick Brown gets bumped tomorrow night and I slide in to make the finish, and it just so happens that your shoulders are on the mat?
How about if you enjoy your head where it's at, you wouldn't do such a churlish thing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I catch you.
Because
I got you drill.
Because let me show you something. I'm gonna show you something real quick.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, dude. Let me tell you. This is what happens when they stupid.
Is it the gnome again?
Huh?
Is it the gnome again?
No, not the gnome. Not the.
Oh, okay.
I got something better than the gnome. Let's go. Right here, I'll show you. Oh, besides that, I got another person in here. Hang on. Doink. Randy Rockham, welcome to the show.
There it is, baby.
Look at him. What's up, man?
Y'all see the shirt I've been wearing all day today when it's 175 degrees outside?
Good Lord, let me see that.
Can you hear me?
Who is that?
What is that? Texas?
The Funker, baby.
It's
the Funker.
There's the Funker.
The Funker, baby.
Yeah, it was showing it backwards, so I was having a hard time making it up. There I could see Terry right there.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah,
Riding the horse.
I see him now.
Yeah.
Look, at least for 5 minutes, we got the crew together. That's good.
That's it.
It's good to see you, Randy.
Boy, I tell you, man, it's good to see y'all too. It's been a sad 2 days for pro wrestling.
It has been. It's been an awful 2 days for pro wrestling, dude. It's you hated to hear about Terry Funk, but again, he's 79 years old.
Well, you kind of expect it though. Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
But the Bray Wyatt
put his body through. Yeah. Well, they've been saying for a while, ever since before WrestleMania, that Bray has had, health issues, but they wouldn't say why. And then a while ago, I was reading and I found out why, and I seen why. They didn't want to say nothing about it. So,
Yeah, they really haven't been
'Cause it's-
discussing it a
'cause
lot.
Well, have y'all seen what the cause was? The heart attack
Yeah,
due to COVID-19
that
issues.
that the COVID-19
But they won't tell you
exacerbated a
that.
heart issue.
Yeah, they won't tell you that though.
No,
Now they will.
and that's why what I was trying to explain earlier, because I'd read the report a couple of times, I was like, okay, so they're saying COVID-19 exacerbated a heart issue.
Yep,
is what they're saying.
Yeah.
And they worded that carefully. It sounds like, you know what I mean. They're trying not to say COVID-19 caused the issue; it just exacerbated the issue.
Right? Yeah. Well,
and then today, the massive heart attack got him.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean,
but what caused that massive heart attack?
Yeah, exactly. So
symptoms, complications of it. So.
Yep. So I know people gonna have to draw their own conclusions and stuff, but still terrible news.
Man, I sure hate it. I tell you another guy who I hate it for is Adam Shear, who was Braun Strowman, because they were like brothers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw Alexa Bliss's post earlier, and
oh yeah, I did too. And when I saw her post, I didn't even make the connection with her character she was running with Bray.
Yeah.
With the Fiend, I didn't even connect the dots there. I'd forgotten all about it.
Yeah, and it was.
Yeah, it's awful.
It is awful. It's just.
they all rode together. They saw. I saw him at Tupelo one time. It was Bray, Alexa, Strowman, and somebody else that they all rode in the car together.
I don't know that one.
So, I know they spent some time on the road, I'm sure, riding and being like family. Of course, y'all know from wrestling, when you go 2 or 3 nights a week, what they always say is strangers become family and family become strangers.
Yep.
It's
very true in the wrestling business.
Yep.
Yep.
Sure.
Well, anything in the entertainment business, when you're up and down the road traveling and you see other people from other states and other parts of the world and all that more than you do your own family. So.
Oh yeah, especially when you're on that level, traveling all the time. I mean, those
a couple years ago, talking about Terry Funk for the last 8 or 9 years, I worked the rodeo in Amarillo, Texas, and a couple years ago, I sent tickets to him. I sent 4 tickets. The fair president sent Terry and his daughter Brandy and their kids tickets to the rodeo. But I guess they came, but they never come over and spoke and said hello.
Okay, still pretty cool.
Hoping, oh yeah. My eye.
I swear, my eye.
That's what I want to tell him. If he would have walked up to him, I would go, my eye. All right, Terry Funk, you jackass. A lover of chickens.
Man.
You're like a hog. At slop time, you get a 1-track mind. That's what
I just
love his promos, man. They were the greatest. The Florida Cracker might be the best one ever.
Oh yeah.
When we stood in the shower and he poured the crackers and he poured the motor oil down his face and burned his eye up. I want to know what it felt like to be a Florida Cracker. So he just pours this oil and all this dirt and everything else, all that sand all down him. Just rubs it all in his skin, his face.
Yeah, Terry Funk had no give a damn. And that's what I love.
One of a kind.
But could you imagine him nowadays being handed a piece of paper? So here, we need you to say this.
No.
It would never work. No.
It would not work at all.
Well, no.
Because
you tell him, hey, just say this and this, say this and this, and then that's it. Everything else is up to you.
Yep. That's true. And it's, I hate it, man. It's just awful news. And what else do you say about it? I mean, it's just terrible.
Lost 2 good ones.
We did.
Well, 2 great ones. Well, actually, 2 great ones because even Bray had a great mind for the business.
Well, growing up with who he grew up around, you're not surprised, right? Because he had an insider's look at that. We gotta have this conversation the other day, and I'll get your opinion on it. But and I had it because of this angle I was kind of running with Hollywood, and people bring up the notion of second generation and third generation wrestlers a lot. But just because you're second, third generation doesn't mean you're good or going to be good. We see a lot of
look at Eric Watts,
right? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of those. I mean, David Flair, well, awful.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
I mean,
Charlotte made it okay.
Charlotte did, but not David. And David was.
It skipped. It skipped one.
Well, and Charlotte wasn't even the one who wanted to be in it, right? So,
Right.
It's on the mama side. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, but you look at the
I blame
DiBiase.
David on his mama.
DiBiase is more interested in going to jail than they are wrestling in the wrestling ring.
That's the way it's looking right now.
It looks very much that way.
I thought Randy was about to say that's wrong. That's dirty.
I mean, hey, if you do a crime, you got to do the time.
You do.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just what it is. But a point being, there's not a lot of second and third generation who just because have that label because your parent was successful doesn't mean you're going to be. And Bray Wyatt is one of those his dad was excellent. Mike Rotunda was great.
But Rotunda was that great scientific wrestler. Bray was a whole different person.
Well, Bray was a complete package. I mean,
right.
It was funny because I never cared for the IRS gimmick, but he was so expressive as IRS, right? When he was doing
he played it to a T.
Yeah, when he was doing the All-American gimmick and the collegiate gimmick back over in NWA and WCW.
Varsity Club.
Yeah, when they were doing that,
Varsity Club.
It was more just, wrestling and being a technician, but Bray Wyatt just had the whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, just the whole package.
His promos just one of a kind.
Bray knew how to take his look. He knew how to take his look and do something with it.
Yeah, because he knew he wasn't going to be that bodybuilder frame.
Right.
And he didn't have to be. Which is funny because his dad had a great look all the way around.
Right.
It was well put together. But I thought, man, it's just Bo's not that bad of a wrestler. His brother. No, he's not. He just needs the right.
And so I had this thought, and I didn't know if I should say it or not because I didn't know if it sounded not really cryptic but kind of wrong. But do you think because there was a lot of speculation or whatever that Bo was Uncle Howdy?
Oh yeah, he was.
Do you think they bring Bo back now and try to push him to be not main event but upper card guy now that Bray's gone? Do you think they try that just to try and not really toy with the fans' emotions but kind of keep that Rotunda name running in WWE?
I just don't know if he is top level main event talent.
I don't either.
I don't think so. I don't think he is either. He's not going to be able to do what Cody did.
Right. I think Bo is going to probably be like what they meant Austin to be, just a mechanic, come in there and have a good match, almost like a Chad Gable, come there and put on a star-studded performance. Now, if he gets in there and really shines and shows them he can do something like Chad Gable's been, which we've all known Chad Gable has been good ever since he came there. Yeah. He just hasn't been given. He just has not been given the right push. I mean, to me, Chad is up there with like a Shelton Benjamin, And they're just flat good. They're just athletes. They just don't have that charisma. But Chad is really starting to come out of his shell as far as being like a character with the thank you and the shush and all that, all that deal. And that's really helping him. So
Did you guys see his match from Raw Monday night? Against Gunther.
Right. I wish they would let him win the Intercontinental title. He don't have to hold it, a year but let him hold it for a while, and let him try to build other guys up with it.
And he could really produce some great matches from some of these guys. And I agree. I think his characters come out a lot.
Look, with his match Monday night against Gunther, like we were watching it, and I was like, "Holy crap!" Like he looks a lot like Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah,
with his
yeah,
work
definitely.
and just his look now that he's cut his hair, like he looks like Kurt Angle. Like it just, my mind got blown because I was like, "Holy
And
crap!"
super
And
skilled.
to pick Gunther and
dude is good.
Yeah.
And to pick Gunther up for that real slow German, that back German suplex, that takes some strength. You know, y'all know that takes some strength.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's power.
Gunther.
He's got it. I'm just hoping they let him. I just hope. Yeah, I think Gunther needs. They need to take the Intercontinental title off him and move him up to main event level. He needs to be in there with Brock and Seth and those guys. I mean, he's just that good.
Yeah, he's your next big star up there.
Yeah.
He even carries himself that way.
I'm thinking,
he is not afraid of it.
And I'm going to say that deal with Brock shaking hands with Cody and that's going to put Brock back as the face. And I'm going to say probably around Royal Rumble-ish, they're going to build up for Brock and Gunther for WrestleMania next year.
Well, I
mean, just think about the money. I mean, just that match alone is one of your 3 big main events of the 2 nights.
Yeah, I mean, people would pay to see it. I know I would, because that would be epic.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how brutal? Crazy. Can you imagine how brutal that match would be?
Oh Lord, man, it would be so good though.
Oh, Did you see Brock taking one of his chops?
Oh yeah.
When was the last time Brock took a chop?
But could you see Gunther taking some of Brock's stuff? Which I know he's light, but he likes to get stiff sometimes too.
Oh yeah.
I saw one of those Gunther chops coming. I'd retire mid-swing. Yeah, I'm out.
yeah.
I've had enough.
Match over.
That's done. We're good.
Like forget skillets. Them are daggum cast iron.
Dude, you talking about? I don't understand how those don't stop somebody's heart. I'm not even joking. I thought that more than a few times. Like the sheer force that you're getting hit with right there in the chest over the top of your heart right there in that muscle. Dude.
Well, look, we know you don't like chops anyway. It don't matter who it's from.
No, I get fight mad about
Much
that.
Much less Gunther.
Yeah, I get fight mad about that. You're gonna wrestle me, but don't be doing those stupid chops. I hate them.
Malachi still remembers that night he chopped you out in Wyatt.
As well he should. As well he should. He remembers that one from Senatobia too at Business 2000.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude, I hate them. I just don't. Worst move in professional wrestling.
If you ain't got a heavy hand, you don't need to be chopping anybody who's got a heavy hand.
No. That's why I never throw a chop. I'm not going to chop anybody, so I don't expect to be chopped. You chop me, and I'm throwing fists. It's just how my body responds.
Throwing fists,
yeah. Oh yeah, I hate them. I'm like, dude, I'm here to wrestle. I ain't here for that garbage.
You go back and you watch the matches where I've refereed and you've been involved and gotten chopped. You'll see my eyes just freaking get huge because I'm like, this is not going to turn out well.
Oh crap! Yeah. What do you say? Right. Oh Lord!
Like, oh no!
Dude, I just stand back and watch.
Because my eyes get that. Oh no, you didn't look, and it's on in.
Yep.
Hey, buddy, here's something called a receipt.
Yes. Big time.
And
you're getting more than what you paid for.
Yes, you are.
All right, Alan.
I'm giving you some bonuses.
Alan, before I get off, I want to ask both of y'all the same question, and y'all tell me, what was your favorite Terry Funk match?
Oh.
I know Storms goes back probably further than what mine does, but I want to ask Alan, what was his favorite Terry Funk match?
It's probably going to sound generic, but the Lawler Funk empty Coliseum deal,
so good.
That was a big one. I watched too the lead up to Moxley and Omega when they had the exploding barbed wire that didn't explode match.
Yep.
I watched Funk's exploding barbed wire match from what was that, All Japan?
All Japan?
Something like that,
yeah, All Japan or something. One of them Japanese companies. But I watched it and it was just crazy. It was so wild.
I tell you, I loved the Funk Flair matches in '89.
89.
Dude, they had an I
I
Quit
quit
match.
match. Oh yeah.
You know, because
That's
Funk
what
had
Clash of
turned
Champions,
heel.
wasn't it?
Yeah, because Funk had turned heel after Flair won. I think it was the 6th championship or something like that. And that started the whole
Big
series
Steamboat
of
there in
matches.
Nashville.
Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah.
So good. The whole thing was.
Yeah.
So I love that. He had some
Speaking
great
of chops,
promos
boy,
and
Flair
all that.
chopped his chest. And
Oh,
Flair
dude.
chopped his chest, and I mean, you could hear it. I mean, it's one of them, you know. And of course, Funk sold it. You know, was like crazy.
Oh yeah, yeah. And people don't understand. I don't think people. You know, we hear about how great Funk was, but I don't think people really appreciate how great Terry Funk was.
Mm-mm.
And he was amazing.
He can make you laugh, and he can make you just grinch.
He could. He could.
I saw on X, not Twitter.
That's right.
On X, some highlights of a match between
Well,
Funk
Tucker had 20 million
and
last
Hogan.
night.
Yep.
Who had 20 million?
Tucker
Carlson.
Oh. But no, it was highlights of Funk versus Hogan, and I can't remember what year it was from. I want to say, would it have been AWA?
Probably.
Could it have been?
Yeah, may have
I
been.
think so.
I'll have to go back and find it and send it to you because I think it was like a 2.5 minute clip or something.
Yeah, because that was from
highlights from the match. But
that's from what, 86?
Probably
85?
somewhere in there, I think.
Yeah,
85,
If it was 85, it would have been from the AWA, I think.
No, from 85 because Hogan was already in.
Yeah, Hogan was already WWF at that time.
Yeah.
So he worked in earlier than that, I believe.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back.
Look, I know he worked Hogan in. Now he worked Hogan in the WWF a couple times.
Yeah, I know it wasn't WWF though. So I want to say it was earlier than that. I'll definitely have to go back and find it.
One of the funniest matches I've seen. Go ahead. Oh, I'll say one of the funniest matches I've seen Terry Funk in. If y'all got to see WCW Thunder that year that they wrestled out in a fairgrounds arena, and there was a horse in the stall he got kicked by. Did y'all see that?
Oh yeah.
YouTube it. Him and somebody had like a Falls County Anywhere match, and they go out in these horse stalls, and there's a horse, you know, that you can tell it's a plant, was put in there, and Funk and them fighting this deal. This horse just kicks the living stink out of him, and he just keeps going.
Golly.
I mean, they used a wheelbarrow. They used a wheelbarrow of horse manure, and I mean, it was crazy. It was wild.
Mm.
Yeah, they did everything.
Yeah,
they did everything.
Well, guys, I want to come on right quick. I got to run early in the morning, but I just want to get on right quick. Good to see everybody. Storm, we need to do something live here pretty soon. So,
all right, dude, let's do it, man.
Studio.
All right, let's do it.
See you guys.
Do you remember where the studio is?
All right. Yeah. Somewhere on
He still remembers. Does Alan? That's the question.
Yeah. Right. Does Alan remember where it's at? Yeah.
That's right.
See you guys.
All right, buddy.
Man. Peace out.
All right, Alan, I'm getting out of here.
Yes, sir.
Go to bed. I got to get my booty sleep.
Yeah, I got to get mine too.
All right. Good luck.
Yeah. All right.
Later, guys. Y'all have a good one.